The lead masks case, Brazil's most unsolved mystery. Imagine hiking to the top of a quiet hill and finding two well-dressed men lying side by side. No signs of struggle, no obvious injuries, just silence. Both were wearing strange, homemade lead masks over their eyes. Beside them, a handwritten note. Not a farewell, not an explanation, just a series of precise instructions. 4:30 p.m., arrive at the designated location. 6:30 p.m., ingest capsule. After the effect, protect metals. Wait for the signal. Mask. Even today, no one knows exactly what happened. No official cause of death, no confirmed poison, no proven suspect, only theories, and one of the strangest unsolved mysteries in Brazilian history. The lead masks case. The background. The year was 1966. Brazil was changing rapidly. Technology fascinated many people. Electronics, radio communication, and amateur science clubs were becoming increasingly popular. Among those enthusiasts were two men from the city of Campos dos Goitacazes, Miguel José Viana, 34 years old, and Manuel Pereira da Cruz, 32. Both worked with electronics. Friends and relatives described them as intelligent, curious, and deeply interested in unusual experiments. But their interests went beyond radios and electrical circuits. According to later investigations, they also studied spiritual practices. Some reports even suggested they read books about communicating with extraterrestrial beings. Whether those stories were exaggerated over time or completely accurate remains uncertain, but they would become an important part of the mystery. On August 17, 1966, the two men left home. They told their families they were traveling to buy electronic equipment and possibly a car. They carried approximately 2.3 million cruzeiros, a significant amount of money at the time. Nothing about their departure seemed unusual. No signs they expected danger. No indication this would be their final trip. The final journey. Their trip eventually brought them to Niterói. Witnesses later confirmed seeing them visit an electronics store. They also purchased waterproof raincoats. Curiously, the weather was reportedly clear. Later, they were seen near Morro do Vintém, a quiet hill overlooking the city. Then, they disappeared. Some witnesses would later claim they saw unusual lights over the hill that evening. Bright objects, moving silently through the sky. Those reports could never be verified, but they would become another piece of the puzzle. The discovery on August 20th, a local boy was flying a kite. While walking across Morro do Vintém, he noticed something unusual. Two bodies, lying next to each other. Authorities soon arrived. The scene raised more questions than answers. Both men were fully dressed, still wearing their suits. Each wore a waterproof raincoat, and over their eyes, homemade lead masks. The masks had no lenses, no straps, no breathing system. Simply curved pieces of lead, carefully shaped to cover the eyes. There were no obvious external injuries, no clear evidence of a struggle, no indication of panic. Everything appeared strangely calm, almost as if the two men had deliberately waited there. Then investigators noticed something else, a small handwritten note. It would become one of the most famous pieces of evidence in Brazilian criminal history. The mysterious note. The note read, 4:30 p.m. Be at the designated place. 6:30 p.m. Ingest capsule. After the effect, protect metals. Wait for the signal. Mask. That was all. No names, no explanation, no signature, just instructions, almost like a checklist. The wording created endless questions. What capsule? What signal? Why protect metals? And why wear lead masks? Some researchers suggested the masks were intended to shield the eyes from an intense flash of light. Others believed they were symbolic, or perhaps part of a ritual. No one knew. Investigators searched for the mysterious capsule. Nothing was found. The investigation faced serious obstacles almost immediately. The biggest problem, the cause of death. The medical examination found no obvious injuries, no immediate explanation. Even more frustrating, later reports stated that the toxicological examination could not be completed properly. The internal organs had deteriorated before testing could provide reliable results. Without toxicology, investigators lost one of their most important sources of evidence. The official conclusion became painfully simple. Cause of death, undetermined. That single phrase would fuel decades of speculation, because without knowing how they died, almost any theory remained possible. The theories. Theory 1, a self-directed spiritual experiment. Friends reportedly said the men were interested in spiritual practices and unusual experiments. The mysterious note resembles a carefully planned procedure. Perhaps they willingly took an unknown substance. Perhaps they expected visions, or believed they would receive some kind of extraordinary signal. Instead, something went terribly wrong. An accidental reaction, a fatal miscalculation. Without toxicology, that possibility could never be confirmed. Theory 2. Someone else was involved. The men had been carrying a large amount of money. Not all of it was recovered. That immediately raised another possibility. Were they lured to the hill? Robbed? Did someone arrange the bizarre scene afterward, using the masks and note to confuse investigators? Despite years of investigation, no convincing suspect was ever identified. No evidence conclusively supported this theory, but it has never been ruled out. Theory 3. Something unexplained. Reports of strange lights over Morro do Vintém appeared shortly after the case became public. Those accounts inspired countless UFO researchers. Could the mysterious note have referred to an anticipated encounter? Were the lead masks intended to protect their eyes from an intense light? Or were the lights simply unrelated stories, added later as the mystery grew? There is no scientific evidence connecting unidentified aerial phenomena to the deaths. But because so many questions remain unanswered, the theory continues to capture public imagination. Conclusion. Nearly 60 years have passed. The lead mask's case remains unsolved. No confirmed cause of death. No verified explanation for the capsule. No answer for the strange instructions. No certainty about the purpose of the lead masks. Only fragments, witness statements, unanswered questions, and one haunting scene preserved in history. Two men on a quiet hill, waiting for a signal that may never have come. Perhaps the truth disappeared with the evidence. Perhaps it was never understood in the first place. Either way, the lead masks case continues to stand as one of the most fascinating unsolved mysteries ever documented. What do you think happened on Morro do Vintém? Was it a failed experiment, a carefully staged crime, or something that still defies explanation? Let us know your theory in the comments. And if you enjoy exploring real unsolved mysteries, subscribe for more cases where the evidence ends, but the questions never do.